Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm really excited for the healthy conversation that we're going to have today. So I'll start with the first question, that is, what comes to your mind when you first hear the word climate change? And how would you describe this word to somebody else and somebody that doesn't know this word? So who's going to answer first? Okay.
It is a really big problem all over the world. It is not just limited to Pakistan. It is a really big global crisis that's currently happening in this world.
Climate change refers to long-term shift in weather. It's mostly done by humans such as burning fossil fuels and gas released from factories.
Why do you think the climate change effects are getting worse day by day?
Shortage of water in our country, right? Now, because of the shortage of water, there's so many more problems caused because of climate crisis. We feel like climate crisis is one issue which causes many more factors, and it has many various side effects that leads Pakistan in a more vulnerable situation.
There are many industries and factories in Pakistan that are producing so much smoke and burning of fossil fuels, and due to this smoke, they mix with the rain, which causes acid rain. And this acid rain, it also contaminates water bodies, which results in water shortages. And when we use the water for agriculture as well, the crops get damaged and there's water scarcity. And people in rural areas who also drink this water, their health also get damaged.
Pakistan is a small country compared to USA and China. We should maintain our supplies and economies and buy them at one time and another.
I feel like Pakistan's economy did get disturbed because of climate crisis on a larger amount as well, right? We see the floods that took place in Balochistan in 2022, right? It led to so many people losing their home, internally displaced people within Pakistan, right? What did this lead to? This led to more people losing their homes, leaving these people in a more vulnerable position. And as Pakistan is already a third world country, this is something that's already a very big problem. So these earthquakes, these natural disasters leads to a very national level, right? I feel like as an individual, we can join these NGOs that already exist within the status quo, that work for the betterment of the environment, that work for the climate crisis, and I feel like this is one of the best initiatives.
We all use online platforms like Daraz or Shein, but no one realizes how much they contribute to global warming, climate change, and the emission of greenhouse gases. The thing is, when we're buying these products, we're not only contributing to climate change, but we're contributing to climate change as we're buying too many of them. There's only a limited amount you need. There's no need to buy 20 different lip products. And these influencers, they influence you to buy stuff that you don't really need. And this actually does increase increase carbon dioxide levels. Not carbon dioxide, but methane and carbon dioxide levels, as the amount of plastic used to package these products, they're really harmful for our environment.
Have you guys noticed the temperature change in Pakistan, especially if you see the summer came really early this time, there's no rain. So what do you think are the main issues that cause these big changes?
Ma'am, specifically due to these global warmings as well, what's happening is that smog is being there's a lot of smog happening as well, right? Especially in Lahore, we see because of that so many health issues are being caused. We see just in the winter, what happened was so many people ended up in the hospital because of the smog issue that's happening. And in not just that, due to these health issues, or due to global warming as well, Pakistan's economy is being affected as well, because due to the increased floods, and not just floods, the droughts as well, agriculture is being affected. Not just this causes inflation, and not just this in Pakistan is an agricultural economy, it significantly affects the economy of Pakistan as well, and it really affects its foreign exchange as well.
About saying that we need to stop over consuming things and we can reuse them. So if we come about this topic and talk about sustainable life, so what comes into your mind when we talk about this topic, sustainable life? How can we achieve that life, and what are the small steps, that you can take from your home and one individual can easily obtain that sustainable life?
Plastic is a it's a really big product that is used in literally everything, right? We should find alternatives for plastic as well, right? For example, we see that in Nestle, we see in juice packets now that they provide paper straws instead of using those plastic straws. Though paper also should be used in a limited amount of way, but again, plastic is really damaging to the environment as well. We can convert plastic into a more useful way that can benefit the economy overall as well.
When it comes to sustainable lifestyles, we should also consider how we're disposing of waste. In Pakistan, 49.6 million tons of waste is actually disposed of inefficiently. And that's a really high number. And that's a lot of land and seawater that we're just wasting by throwing away all our garbage in. So I feel like by instead creating recycling centers or by introducing recycling as a whole, because Pakistan doesn't really have that concept yet. If we introduce that into our country, I feel like a lot of waste will be disposed of efficiently.
If we want to make a greater difference, then we can support businesses that are eco-friendly and produce products sustainably and produce products that are good for the environment.
I think that a big problem, especially in Pakistan, is like the stigma surrounding conversations about climate change. I feel like a lot of times when people bring stuff like this up, they're mostly just ridiculed about it or being called like over dramatic or something. So I think a big step we can take like personally is talking about it more, not just to raise awareness, but also to reduce the stigma around the topic so that we can get it to like a greater platform and then eventually make like policy differences like through petitions and protests and things like that.
Seconding that point as well, we have to understand that production is really important, because if we don't produce, then our economy will just crash there and then, right? So again, we have to make sure that yes, we do have to like produce people, and we do have to produce various things in order for our economy to thrive. But it is also important that we do it in a minimized way and make sure that there are various initiatives are taken, as previously mentioned by Mahil, such as afforestation.
We can join tree planting drives in cities like Islamabad and Karachi, where air pollution is high. We can work with NGOs to reforest trees affected by deforestation, and we can advocate for urban forests like the Miyawaki forest in Lahore to reduce heat waves.
What steps or initiatives, as we have talked about plenty of initiatives that are being taken around the world in Pakistan as well. What would you like to introduce in your school to take care of this or to fight against this climate change?
I've noticed a big issue here is that we don't turn off lights. Like the lights in our classrooms are continuously on. In my old school, we had an initiative called Switch Off Fortnight, where whoever would turn the lights off in the classroom, they get like a token or something. And I think rewards are a really good way of like encouraging children. So something about conserving electricity, because there's so many classrooms here and so many lights that I feel like schools are a big use of electricity.
I would like to add, we could like introduce recycling bins with different sections, composite, plastic, and metal, etc. It would be really helpful for the school environment, because I see a lot of litter everywhere. So we could like recycle, reuse, and reproduce effectively. And we could also initiate afforestation programs, because, well, trees are really necessary, as previously discussed, and we need to emphasize their importance.
Climate change is one of the biggest challenges of our time, but the good news is we still have power to make a difference. We could cut down on waste and choose sustainable products. We could switch to LED lights which conserve electricity. We could use renewable energies such as solar, wind energy, and other sources. Most importantly, eco-friendly transportations. We could walk, bike, or use carpools or public transport.
Today our ICANN team went to Westminster and had a very interactive session with these kids. It's good to see how well equipped and well knowledge these kids are, and we are so satisfied that we are leaving our country, Pakistan, to such good hands.
I'm Shagun Irfan and I'm the principal of Westminster International School. I'm so honored and it has been such a pleasure to have the ICANN team here with their new initiative of tree plantation. And I'm so happy that they had such a fantastic discussion with our students. They discussed some hot topics. They answered so many of their queries. And the ICANN team has shown them a new path, a new way to move forward. So wishing them all the best. And we are very proud at Westminster to be associated with them. Thank you for joining us today.